Let's have a look at a company called LMND. So first off, read this disclaimer carefully. So they are in the insurance business. Forget everything you know about insurance. Instant everything, great prices, big hot. So yeah, this is a disruptive company in the insurance business, and we will have a bit of a look at it now. So unsurprisingly, it's in the insurance theme that I have. We have it in the bottom. It's a price disruptor. Well, yeah, it's at the lows. It has a very big fall from the highs. So its stock price has been disrupted. So here's the stock chart, weekly data points, and yes, we are pretty far away from the highs. When you see a chart like this, you have to sort of either know whether this is really bad or potentially an extremely good opportunity. So if a lot of the other price data here is somehow correct, meaning that Lemonade should be higher, then this is a really good opportunity to buy. The earnings are coming out the 3rd of May, so you do have some time before earnings. Looking at the dailies, this is the signal that jumped at me. Let me draw it in. This is called a double bottom. That's a very key technical pattern. Yeah, I do think that this is a pretty nice opportunity to buy the stock and have a nice stop level. So if you were to use the double bottom as a stop level, you would have to operate with like 1.5% or maybe even 1.34ish% stop level. And because if we were to close like below, well, if we were to really get below really this low here from the first part of the double bottom, that would be a bad sign. We do see that on Friday we did sort of explore the lower regions, but we do have a bit of a hammer here, so the stock shouldn't really go down further if this is a double bottom pattern. We are pretty low on a lot of metrics. Looking at the dailies, I would like to see a bit more accumulation. We don't have a clear sign that investors think that there's a lot of opportunity here so far. Looking at RSI and the PPOs, we are relatively low. The number one pattern we are playing on here is the double bottom, and that's on the dailies. I will give the double bottom, I will give it a 7. The reason it gets a 7 is because we did see on Friday that the bears were exploring some lower regions that would break the double bottom pattern. So that's a bit of an issue, but we did close higher. So all in all, double bottom is in play. Next, we will look at the seasonality. We do not get any data here to the left because it hasn't been public for a long enough time. To the right, we do see that previously April, it's not been a good month for Lemonade. 2022 was really bad. So we are at a 14-ish% loss. We are high on the loss. May, however, is a better month. It is the best month, actually, for Lemonade, which is bullish. Ideally, I would like to have, more data. I will give the bulls a 4 here on the seasonality. I think that this looks interesting, but we don't have much data. Let's look at the fundamentals. Looking at price book, here you can see that we are really low. You could make the case that we are at support. We were here back in late December 2022. That was a buy. You see the same price book level here. That was also a buy. Price to sales wise, it also seems to be a support level. Looking at price earnings, we are actually at a resistance level. But I do like what I see here, especially with the price book. It seems to be a support level for Lemonade. A fundamental support level. Okay, so here are the price targets. You do have 10 analysts with a 1-year price forecast, and the average target is 48% above us. That is pretty darn high. The analysts are, however, a bit neutral. But I do think that these are really good fundamentals. I will give a 7 as well on the fundamentals. I really like it when I see a support level on the fundamentals. And price book here is especially the number one indicator. So you have like a a bottom pattern on the technicals and on the fundamentals. Let's look at relative performance. We do not get enough data here to get any numbers on the weeklies. On the dailies, we do see short term, minus 44% negative correlation with S&P 500, minus 30% here with Kia, which is the insurance ETF. But we do have a 41% positive correlation with FinX, the fintech ETF. So FinX is going to have at least some effect on this ETF, but this stock, but not really strong. FinX is really low. It's been way higher in the past. Then again, okay, maybe there's value. And maybe there will be rotations into FinX. On the dailies, we do have some kind of support here on the 100 daily moving average in blue. Seasonality, not really promising though. So far we have a 0.6% loss for April, but April is usually a strong month. So that is potentially a bit bullish. May is, however, a bit of an issue. June is pretty good, but a bit messy seasonality here for FinX. So let's compare LMND with FinX. LMND, and it's a good idea to actually type it into TradingView to see what you get, because there are quite a few with that ticker. So if you take Global X FTS, then you would have not a good analysis. We are really low, meaning Lemonade is abnormally underperforming even FinX, and FinX wasn't exactly at all-time highs. On the dailies, we are approaching support on RSI here. A bit of a bottom, well, not the double bottom, but the bottom-ish formation on the chart here in blue on the bottom. Looking at seasonality, 13% loss so far for April, which is the worst April for Lemonade in this pair. May is really good, so it means that May is a month where we usually see Lemonade substantially outperform FinX. I think these were pretty good numbers on relative performance. I give the bulls a 6. We end up with 6 here in favor of the bulls. The key entry signal and also the stop loss level is that we are at the double bottom. We do expect this to hold. If it doesn't hold, if we don't see bulls come in here, that is an issue. Especially given that we had this nice bottom formation also on the price-book ratio. We do have some time left. Let's look at the top holdings in the FinX ETF. Intuit is on the top of the list. Yeah, have a bit of a breakout pattern here, but it's a bit late to the party, I think. Yeah, not interesting. I want to get in early. Fiserv is another one. This also is one of those patterns in development. So this is more interesting as if you don't have a position. Okay, so I'm going to assume you don't have a position, then this is more interesting as a potential shorting opportunity than going long. This one would be interesting going long around here, right, where you are at the lower level, but you don't buy high. Buy low and sell high. PayPal is next on the list. This is more interesting. Okay, so now we have a long-term support level. Look at the red line. This is a big boy support level. So technically speaking, I'm saying bull. But of course, we need to explore a bit further. Seems, if you look at, the wicks, you see that there has been multiple times where the bears try to push lower, but they don't actually have more sellers. So that's interesting. Yeah, looking a bit at the other indicators. Not a super clear signal there. But definitively, we do have horizontal support here on the weeklies, especially. Here's the seasonality for PayPal. Yeah, it's a bit bullish here, looking green as the last 5 years. Bullish into mid-June. April has a 2% loss so far. April is usually a bullish month. May is... Yeah... It can be red, but it usually isn't like really red. The percentage losses are modest. The percentage gains are big. June is also a pretty good month for PayPal, except for 2022. So the seasonality here is promising for PayPal. Not roaringly bullish, but promising. Price-book ratio, low. Price to sales at the horizontal support. Price earnings, also at the support-ish level. Looking here at, let me just remove some of these extras like here and that, clean up a bit. Forecast. Ooh, the price target is 33% above us. That is good. Strong buy here from 30 analysts, buy rating. I think PayPal it's interesting. So yeah, I would say that there's a potential bull trade here in PayPal. Okay. Block, that was formerly Square. They still have the SQ ticker. Yeah. Also at horizontal support. So you could be like go bull PayPal and Block. Have a bit of a mix. Yeah, we are at support here. Okay, let me look at the other indicators. Yeah, a bit noisy here. Here, I do like to see this accumulation distribution. There's a bullish divergence, so there are people building positions in Block. Seasonality, the green line, not bullish. Looking at the table view, 7.5% loss so far for April. May is not an especially bullish month though for Block. So seasonality is not really that good. Fundamentals at a low support-ish level on price book, also price to sales, price earnings. It's been higher in the past, so it's not like at support. Forecasts, really bullish though. The minimum price target is 10% above us. Average is 49%. Highest is 156. 49 analysts, and you have 29 strong buys. A lot of holds, but the holds are basically analysts that are too afraid to take a position. So I don't like the hold rating. It's sort of like it's a meaningless rating. Okay. Yeah, I think this is interesting. So we had a look here at Lemonade, and we did see that there's a bullish opportunity. But further, looking at PayPal and looking at Block, bullish opportunities. I mean, the fintech stocks have really taken a beating. And given the whole thing with GPT and AI, it is way easier for Block, especially maybe, and also Lemonade, to take a bit of a aggressive stance when it comes to AI and really embrace it because they can be more nimble because they are big, and they have an identity also of being disruptive. So yeah, I do think that there's a very interesting opportunity here, especially given that these are at low levels, not all-time highs at all. So yeah, bullish.